What's good, Cloisters? I'm back with another video. So, unfortunately, I've got some news for you guys. Some news that, frankly, some of you won't jive with. Now, I know that I make a video here and there and that some of you guys are actually excited to watch them, but there's a problem common among all videos. And that's a problem that affects this one as well. The problem is that this video is going to end. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Cloy, how is that a problem? And what I say to that is, you don't want to be deprived of my silky, buttery voice, don't you? Let's be real, guys. Why else would you watch this channel? But seriously, the reason I'm making this video is because lately I've been thinking a lot about platforms with never-ending components such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. And what makes these platforms feel never-ending isn't because they deliver some sort of specific content, but the fact that they are able to string all that content into a seamless stream for each user. And my main problem with this is that if you take in like 20 distinct pieces of content together in one sitting, then you'll probably have a hard time recollecting each and every one of those pieces of content. Human beings are clearly not meant to take in that much different information that quickly. And the content that the platform is recommending to you isn't being recommended to you because the platform cares about your interest in a certain topic in terms of it being educational to you, but rather how stimulating it is. And even as I'm aware of this fact, if I had $1 for every single time I went and checked Facebook while writing the script, I'd probably have $30. Using YouTube as an example, you can watch a bunch of important videos, but if you don't let those videos digest in your mind, then those videos are going to be hardly a step above the videos with no inherent meaning or importance. Issue is, we don't really care about how educational or helpful the content we take in really is. All we care about really is the stimulus. It's how much the content's really stimulating us. But I believe that anything worth doing has an element of hardship with it, right? I believe that anything that is truly meaningful requires not only for the content to be good, objectively good, but also requires the person that's observing the content, that's taking in the content, to do some work, to tread through some parts that are difficult. You get that meaning through the symbiotic relationship between the content and the viewer. Compare the average YouTube session to things like books and movies. Books and movies might not necessarily be very stimulating all the time. They might take some time to set up a moment, to paint a scene, to do all that logistics stuff. But once you get through it, once you actually immerse yourself in it and do some work and watch it and consume the content, you'll find that to be extremely meaningful and at least in some way meaningful and additive to your life. But I'm not using this example to discredit individual YouTube videos, but rather to point out that the value behind the video will decrease if you don't let it sit in your mind. When you're in the process of reading a book or watching a movie, think about how palpable the idea of the ending is, especially after having invested so much of your own time. And now compare that to the average YouTube video. When's the last time you felt any positive change after watching a video? So how would you rather spend your time? I think part of the reason why we visit these never-ending platforms is because to us, they feel like home. In fact, sometimes they feel more home than home. I think even if they're objectively bad, at least they're familiar and at least they're always going to be there for us in a time of need. But whether we like it or not, endings are an integral part of life. Endings bring cohesion to life. Endings arguably give meaning to life. I think that by being aware and conscious of endings, you'll be able to derive more meaning from the content that you consume and ultimately appreciate it more. So going back to the beginning of the video, my main problem isn't that this video is going to end, but rather because I know that a lot of you guys aren't going to let this video process in your minds. You guys aren't going to let it do that because you guys want to be stimulated more and you guys want to watch more stuff. And that's fine because ultimately you guys choose what brings you meaning. You guys choose where to take your time and that's fine, but I think it's generally good to be cognizant and appreciative of things all around the world, no matter how small or big they are. Everything comes to an end whether we like it or not, and now it's time for this video to end as well. In about 3 seconds. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.